Hey, what's up guys? This is a follow-up video, and in this video I'm going to be demonstrating the aliasing in Massive X in a more definitive way. My previous video was challenged by the experts on KVR who know better, so I thought I would kind of demonstrate it and put it to bed and yeah, get wrecked. So I'm going to drop in Massive on a channel here, right? And on the master here, I have FabFilter Pro Q3, which is a great EQ, but it's also a great analyzer as well. And then I have Blue Cat Audio down here as a control, and I'll just kind of have those like so. I'll make that small, etc., etc. So this is Massive X, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make it very obvious, super obvious. I'm going to use a square wave. So when a square wave is not properly band limited, you get gnarly aliasing, right? So let's take a look at that. All right, prepare yourselves. You don't even need to look at the metering here, the spectrum analyzers. You can actually hear it. Right, even down here. Right, you hear that? That's aliasing. There's no, it's not up for debate. This is aliasing. Okay, so there you go. Let's continue on. One thing I was told, I was trying to get a pure sine wave here, and I wasn't able to. I was getting these things here, and I was told, hey, you can get rid of the aliasing, or whatever it is, by engaging the filter here. But what this does is it removes harmonics, right? And it leaves you just with the fundamental, right? It doesn't do that because the filter is engaged. This is the init preset. This is what everyone's going to use, and they're going to hear this aliasing when they use it. There's the filter here, and the filter causes, it's not properly band limited also. But yeah, so the filter adds and compounds it even more. So if you have multiple oscillators, audio rate modulation without proper band limiting, like what are you thinking? It'll just compound, right? And this filter is not a substitute for anti-aliasing, right? Yeah, the fundamentals there, but you kill everything else, right? You're just leaving the fundamental. It's not a substitute, right? You're filtering everything out, which isn't appropriate. Let's move on. I'm going to go to the init blank preset here, and yeah, let's try another oscillator source. Like when I first heard the aliasing here, I'm like, maybe it's not well optimized or whatever. But these oscillators here, which should be pretty decent sounding given they're only like 3 shapes. We'll just drag that into there. Let's take a listen to this square wave. Right, you see it stepping down. You see it stepping down. Right? And that's below hearing, but mind you, my volume is, not at unity, and those harmonics that aren't supposed to be there, they get augmented by awesome distortion and stuff. They actually get amplified, and they get compounded by these filters that are also dumb, for lack of a better term, right? They reflect downwards as well. Right, I confused myself, sorry. Right, that is, to me, unacceptable, right? Super unacceptable. And, I think, I was thinking maybe it's something on the output stage, but it's really not. And I'll examine this a little bit more here. I'll do a sine wave again, right? There's still these kind of harmonics here, which makes me think that the amplifier section on the output is doing something, which is fine, right? But like, why? Like, you can't turn that off or anything like that. Like I want a pure sine wave because, right? If I want to modulate something, that'll modulate it in a weird way, right? So that's besides the point. That's not really related to aliasing. So if you want to hear like an absolute egregious thing that, in my opinion, is extremely unacceptable, we're going to use a mod source here. So this is a cool thing that Massive can do is, you can have a, let's say, an LFO. Actually, I'll go back here. So we'll have LFO4 as a mod source, and we'll use this as an oscillator, right? Super cool. Well, what does this do, right? Let's go to sine wave here, and let's go oscillator. So we're using it as an oscillator. Right? Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is even worse in terms of aliasing. Look at that. All right, let's really break it. Let's go square wave. Let's go right up there. Right? So if you're trying to modulate something and it's not a good thing, and I'm kind of nitpicking here, but like, come on. You know what I mean? That's basically I don't know what to say. If things are aliasing like that and you're using them as like an FM source, right? So using the mod as an FM source, right? Or like an aux in, that's for the filter, sorry. For like an aux in, right? And you do stuff with this, like it's not, what does it even sound like? Oh wait, I gotta have the oscillator into there. That's, I guess, okay. I don't know. Let's go to sine wave. You get that aliasing from something that it hurts my head that people are defending this. This, to me, is completely unacceptable. And I'm sure it'll be fixed. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like there's, like, what the heck's going on here? Like that is nasty. Like that's not what, what it should sound like. Should, do something like that. Anyway, that's besides the point. I hope this cleared up a couple of things. I hope you learned stuff. Take care and have a good one.